Today's episode is brought to you by Factor Meals. Factor has got those good meals delivered right to your home. Also, today we're brought to you by Mood. Mood is going to get you feeling in some kind of mood delivered right to your home. Now let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody, it's time for Jesse and Crendor.
Jesse and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. Before our recording studio audience. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's up, Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. Whoa, see what it's about the Jesse and Crendor in the morning.
Everybody, blues, get by.
Yeah, that was my tribute. Not me screwing up. That was my tribute to Happy Gilmore, the sequel, out now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw that was out now. Is it probably the same as every other Adam Sandler movie ever?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'll watch it one day maybe, but it's not like I gotta watch it right now. It's very important to me. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like if someone else is watching it and you're there, you're like, I'd watch this.
Yeah, like, oh, the first Happy Gilmore was great. I love that. It's like 25 years older overall. I don't know. So like, yeah, all right, maybe.
Like, I'm looking at the cast right now, and it's obvious some of the people in this movie weren't even born when the first Happy Gilmore came out.
It's interesting to me because it does feel like the latest in like nostalgia bait. And it's weird because that definitely feels like what we're doing now in media. Where, for example, I saw that they were talking about making a follow-up to Goonies.
Yep.
And getting the original cast back together. And part of me was like, oh, that would be interesting to see. But another part of me was like, why though?
Yeah. Well, it's because it's easy.
Yeah. And it's how you get people in seats. I mean, again, it's all businesses and corporate dudes running companies who are like, how do we maximize profits and know what people will show? Because if you make something new, you don't know if people are going to show up for it. But if you make something that's old, new again, then like you will have at least some audience. Like I get it. I don't necessarily like it, but like I get it.
Yeah. Well, it happens in movies, happens with video games all the time. It's like, here's this game remastered. Here's the, like all these different games. They're like remastered with new graphics, remastered with this, or like new features, new additions, or bringing back old version. Like look at classic WoW or old school RuneScape.
And some of them I get. Like if it's a classic game that just has not aged well, but people still love it, updating it for modern times, like that I understand. It's a video game. And you play it how you want to play. Like that I get. But you don't do that with movies. Movies, you create a sequel, which is a whole new story that may or may not be good. Not the original one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a lot of times they just never hold up to the original. Because they're just trying.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying too hard in a lot of them.
I did see one post that said, instead of remaking good movies, we should remake bad movies that sucked but had like good premises.
Yeah. That would actually be really fun.
I like that. Yeah, bring back the movies that totally flopped, but like on paper looked awesome. That's what we should do. I'm here for that.
What would be the number one movie you would do with that?
Oh my God, there's so many fantasy series that came out. I keep thinking about, oh God, what was that movie? Aragon, whatever the hell that dragon movie was from the early 2000s. That sucked. It was terrible. But premise-wise, kind of cool. I was like, okay, all right. Remember when they did a Golden Compass movie? And that was kind of trash?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like doing a Golden Compass movie trilogy would be fun. There's a lot of fun stuff to do. And they tried, they definitely did some stuff with the TV show. And I watched it, but after a while, the TV show just got boring. And I think that's because it was a TV show rather than 3 movies. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it going, people. Stuff like that. I think fantasy is a really great space for that. Yeah, just movies that didn't get a chance. That came out, sucked terribly, and no one watched.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Honestly, I would probably redo Game of Thrones at this point.
I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to, let's wait until George writes a book, and then we get an ending, and then we can talk about that.
True. See, the thing is, like, there's bad movies, then there's, like, fun bad movies. You wouldn't want to remake the fun bad movies.
Yeah. I think they should remember back in the day when there was that video game of Alien versus Predator in the arcades, and it was awesome. And then they released an Alien versus Predator movie, and it sucked ass. Now that there's a bunch of Predator movies, we need to like have a real awesome Alien versus Predator movie.
That would be pretty cool.
One of those like, no matter who wins, we lose. Like, yeah, that'd be awesome. I definitely think they should try and do The Dark Tower again, because they tried to make a movie of that, and that was terrible. But The Dark Tower as a series is awesome.
What's The Dark Tower?
It's a Stephen King series that basically connects all of his books.
Oh.
Yeah, they made a movie, and the movie sucked. Like, sucked. The problem is, yeah, it's all kind of like sci-fi things, you know?
Yeah.
Or fantasy, which usually tend to be the ones where they take big swings or they don't swing far enough and it just sucks.
Yeah, I'm looking at biggest box office bust. There's like King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
Yikes, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't need it. King Arthur.
When did that come out? Legend of the Sword.
2017.
Oh, is that the one that was like Guy Ritchie?
Charlie Hunnam.
I think that was the Guy
Jude
Ritchie
Law.
version of King Arthur. Honestly, real talk, kind of enjoyed it. It was like not a King Arthur movie I'd ever seen before, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Guy Ritchie. I guess it is.
Yeah, imagine King Arthur being like, all right, bruvs, this is what we gotta do. We gotta infiltrate the castle. And then it like shows, you know, like a montage of them doing the things, and then it cuts back to them at the planning. It's like, it'll be that easy. And everyone's like, oh, Arthur. Yeah, love it.
Ah, I see. So it's like modernized King Arthur.
Yes. I was having fun. It's not great, but I was having fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is why they just remake the good movies, because they're like, oh, that's good. See it again.
But that's like you were saying with games, that's the difference, is like a good game remade continues the legend of the classic. Like a new, updated, modern generation can play stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
no, I see.
A movie, they aren't really remaking the movie. They're just bringing back the older cast to do a sequel, and it's never quite as good, right? Like in my mind, part of the fun of the original Goonies, for example, is that it's a bunch of kids caught up in like the adults are after them, and we got to find the buried treasure, but we have to save our town. And then there's sloth and that kind of stuff. Bringing all the kids back as adults, even though most of them are famous actors now, bringing them back as adults, what would that even be? Like one last treasure hunt for the Goonie kids. Like, well, you know, it's like you're adults. You can go treasure hunting whenever you want. You just pay to do it. Like it's not that hard. Anyone can do that. You just have to not give a shit and go out in the woods and dig.
Yeah. What if they had like more of a moral, and they're just like, you know, we're too old to treasure hunt now. Like we can't find treasure. Then they find that the treasure is their friendship and camaraderie and the journey.
That was the plot of the first
way.
movie. That was the first movie.
I guess it was, yeah. But
that was
it again.
Yeah, they're all on the beach at the end, and they were like, "Damn, we really are Goonies." And that was like, and the parents like, "You're fine." Like, yeah, and I have new friends now too, Mom. Like that kind of thing.
I guess they honestly they probably just did it again, but they're older. I don't know. But this relates absolutely nothing to
right.
any
No,
of
I
this.
love these segues. They're always good. But
Yep.
this relates nothing to what you were saying. Here's another thing I want to talk about. Great. Yes, please do.
So before we recorded this, Jesse talked about buying waffles that are made out of fruit.
It's true. I'm
was like,
trying
what
to be
the hell?
healthy, and so I got like fruit-based waffles. Don't ask questions. I don't really have answers, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it does say here that they are made with whole wheat flour. So it does. I think that's keeping them together.
Yo, no, clearly, they're. I mean, like they're not 100% fruit. That's not a waffle. That's just fruit shaped like a waffle.
Yeah. But then we got into the discussion of toasters. Then we got into the insane toasters that now exist, which are just iPhone screens.
Yes.
That you pick your toast, you press it, and it's like, do you want 1, 2, 3, or 4? It's like, why do we need this? We don't.
Yeah, what Crendor's trying to say is, I was having an old man moment where I was yelling that if you can't figure out 1, 2, 3, 4 as settings on your toaster, that you need pictures of toast to make toast. Maybe toast is too hard for you.
Well, yeah, they got the 6 pictures of the toast, which who's picking number 6? Who's burning the shit out of their toast? I don't
Some
even
guy's
know.
dad, for sure.
That's true.
I like it.
then they
I
just
like it
have-
burnt. I like the char.
They got pastry, they got waffle, they got English muffin, they got gluten-free bread. So, and then there's 2 sides. So you have 2 screens.
It's
To
just
see,
all it says to me is that this there are various screen toasters that exist, but they're cheaper than regular toasters, which is to me screams this can't be good.
there's like a bunch of good reviews though. Like everybody loves this. Works very well. It's ideal for toasting any type of bread.
I
Variety,
genuinely
settings,
believe
and good
most people
quality.
don't know good toast. Like I must stress, there's toast, like taking bread and drying it the hell out and burning it, which is what a lot of toasters do. And then there's toasters that make the outside crispy but the inside still soft. And that's a real ass like that's how you make it. That's how you're supposed to make it. And people I think that's why a lot of people I think don't like toast, because it's just dry bread when they get it out of the toaster.
But the thing is, like, there's like no bad reviews. But then again, I only see like 8 reviews.
That's what I'm saying. There's 11 reviews on this one that I'm looking at. I don't get it. I think it's goofy to have a screen on your toaster, but also, I'm 40 years old, so what the hell do I know? Shit.
Yeah,
If you're like a kid and you grew up with screens your entire life, maybe that's how you interact with stuff. You know what I mean?
I get it, but we don't have to interact with literally everything like that. I think that's where the problem comes in. It's like, do we need a screen on everything? Because then that's more shit that's gonna break.
I will agree that I think in things like cars, where
Yeah.
stuff is starting to become more and more screen now, I'm like, that seems not helpful, because if a thing breaks, then that's your screen, and now you got so many issues. I see people where they have their rear view mirror is now a camera,
Oh yeah.
and
That's
I'm like,
insane.
well, if the camera breaks, you can't even see behind you. Like, it's just a mirror was fine. I think we went too far.
Yeah, you start just doing stuff just to do it. You're just like, this is cool, so I'll do it. But like the other way was perfectly fine. I think that's the problem. I don't mind like the car computer screen. Like the one I got's pretty basic. You like got your music playing, you got your GPS on there. Like whatever, you know? But
Yeah.
like there's ones like the super new cars or like Tesla or shit. You'd like everything goes through that screen. You like start the car through it. It's like, this sucks.
Yeah, it is. That's one thing I don't like. But I will say, with that said, the mix of the two, I do like. Having a screen,
Yeah.
but also having knobs and buttons and things to flick. I love that.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. I like the hybrid. I like the blend. I think that's the best possible way.
Have you been to one of those, I want to say grocery stores, but it's not, like one of those convenient marts where they have that back row of fridges that have drinks in it, except now on the front they have screens that show you what drinks are in there? I'm like, there used to just be windows. What do you mean?
Yeah. They got that shit at Walgreens.
That's crazy. That seems like
Yeah.
such a waste. You could have paid your employees more than installing those. That's crazy to me.
Because then I went to the Walgreens and like now like the screens are broken. Sometimes it shows shit's in there when it's not. Sometimes you like open it and like the wrong stuff is there. Like no, they don't give a shit either.
That's one of the things I noticed too, is that in LA there are a lot of electric car parking ports, and a lot of them have screens for advertisements. And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess that's how they can justify putting them in there. And I promise you, every single one's destroyed now. Either bashed or hit or mashed or out, like powers out. Like, yeah, well, what did you think was going to happen? Like, no one respects anything in the public space here in America. No one.
I just saw somebody, there's an article, I typed it into Reddit, or I typed it in the internet, but a Reddit thing popped up and said, the digital cooler screens at Walgreens made me watch an ad before it allowed me to know which door held frozen pizza.
Yo, that's so funny. That's so dystopian. That sucks.
It really is. That is, I said gas stations do that shit too.
Yeah.
That's just, it's so dumb. And I guarantee that's why they did it, just to run ads.
I'm
That
sure
makes sense now,
someone at corporate's making we're making 35 cents more per hour. And they're like, excellent,
Yep.
gentlemen, we've done it again.
It's straight up like the idiocracy. Like the Gatorade company buys out.
It's almost worse, to be honest, because it's even more diabolical than just like, you know, Brondo. It's what plants crave, dude. It's totally different.
Yeah.
It's like way worse because it's like more sinister. Like, oh, you want to get your pizza? Well, we're not going to tell you which one it's in until you watch this ad for toaster strudels.
Dude, then they got the gas station ads. When you're like pumping your gas, those little screens come on and they're just like, welcome to gas station TV. Blah, 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 blah. They're just like playing these like shitty ads. Like,
is that a thing that happens in the rest of the world? I must know. To everyone outside the US, when you go to get gas or petrol, whatever, at the gas station, when you get there, does a screen pop on that then plays a series of ads and or weather information?
I wonder if it's just like a city thing or...
Because it feels very American.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I feel like at this point, though, like a lot of the world is kind of the same.
I have to believe that's not... I have to believe that we're doing... If the whole world has TV screens that play ads while they pump gas, I just don't... I have no answers. That's insane. It makes no sense. I still don't understand it. And the whole point is they're like, well, while you're stuck here, we're going to make you watch our ads for things. Which is diabolical. But more importantly, I just go inside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could just go inside.
I start pumping the gas. I walk inside. I look around. I'm like, all right. And then I go back out.
Yeah, it's... I hate it. It's just ads all over. Just everywhere. You can't escape it. To the point where, like, people just tune it out, I think.
Yo, yeah, big time. When I take cabs sometimes, there are screens in the cabs playing ads.
Oh yeah, I've seen those too.
I just can't. It really is messed up they're like, when you're here at Boston, remember to get Boston John subs. And you're like, what the hell? No.
Like I don't know. Now I'm like craving the doors that just show you what's inside, which is like an insane thing because it's like you would think that's just how it should be, but it's like no, now they're just trying to sell you ads through drink doors that don't even work, and it's like I don't know. I hate it.
I mean, just financially, it makes no sense to me. I get being caught up on the hype of a thing, but installing screens in front of your door basically means that if the screen ever breaks, now your door is kind of jank and defeats the purpose of what it was for.
Yeah. And they're not.
And then to replace it would cost even more than replacing just normal glass.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, if they couldn't run ads on it, they wouldn't have done it. Like, that's just, it's got to be what it is. So, and that's why the digital toasters are bad. We don't need them.
Yeah. When your toaster starts running ad for, bread, you're done.
They're probably going to do like some update where the ad starts playing over the screen of your toaster.
An ad will come up and be like, Smucker's Jams, the best thing to go on your toast.
It's, but you know what doesn't suck?
Hey! I said it before. I'll say it again. Mood is the online cannabis company out there trying to change the way we deal with stress, sleepless nights, and all those long days. Mood.com has created an entire line of gummies that target various moods with 100% federally legal THC blends delivered right to your doorstep. And you can get 20% off your first order at mood.com with promo code Crendor. The gummies themselves are great, but also... shout out to the watermelon rings. I love the watermelon rings. In fact, I love anything watermelon flavored, even though it's packed with THC. The Sleepy Time gummies work in about 15 minutes, and you will feel good when you wake up. You won't be like, raw, raw. The Euphoria gummies are here to pick you up when you're down, and they even have gummies that are for immune support, PMS symptoms, mental clarity, sexual arousal, and so much more. Best of all, not only does Mood stand behind everything with an industry-leading 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but, as I mentioned, listeners get 20% off their first order with code Crendor. So head over to Mood.com and browse their amazing selection of functional gummies and find the perfect gummy for whatever you're dealing with. And remember, Use promo code Crendor at checkout, 20% off. That again, that's promo code Crendor at mood.com for 20% off your first order. Also, today we're brought to you by Factor. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle over the summer and beyond. If you are saying, man, summer's here, more sun time, more light, more things to do outside, more hanging out with friends, more, being alive, right? And you're like, man, I don't want to spend time in a kitchen cooking Factor's here for you with ready-to-eat and 2-minute meals that are absolutely delicious. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. Choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. They got nutritious breakfasts, guilt-free snacks, and really good desserts. Factor can have your whole day covered if you want. Now, if you're curious, Jesse, what Factor meals do you like the most? Mine are simple. I like the ones that are flavorful and really simple. Smoked Gouda and bacon shredded chicken hash with roasted green beans. Love that one. Green chili queso and chicken thigh fusilli with salt and pepper broccoli. Again, pretty simple, but just good. Ginger teriyaki salmon with roasted cabbage, forbidden rice, and sesame green beans. That's another simple one, but so good. Those are the ones I love. Simple, clean, delicious. My favorite ones. And as we've met some of you at live shows, they're some of your favorites too. It's awesome seeing a lot of you be like, dude, I lost a bunch of pounds with Factor. Thanks, man. No, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying. If you want to get started with factormeals.com, go to factormeals.com/Cox50off and use code Cox50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's Cox, COX50OFF at factormeals.com/Cox50off and use that code for 50 off plus free shipping. Again, factormeals.com/Cox50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. All right, let's go to Chapter 70,000 Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
Oh man, traffic. Let me tell you, it is. It is. That's right. If you're going out there, make sure you got enough gas because you're gonna be stuck. The amount of traffic out there. A lot of people getting in their final vacations before school and stuff starts up again because it's only a few weeks away from schools and stuff starting. So hey, we're getting to the end of summer actually, even though we are still in summer and it is pretty hot out there. But this isn't the weather. I'm not here to talk about weather. But also at the gas station, make sure you avoid those ads. They're probably yelling at you about going back to school supplies or something. You might not even be in school, to be honest. But, sometimes it's still good to pick up a notebook, like, hey, you know what? They got notebooks out. I need one. Pick it up, even though you're like 40. And maybe you'll write down all the things you got to do. Maybe you've been meaning to do that. So check that out. Thank you.
I must stress, I had a dream this past week that was me at school on my first day, except it was just current me. So like old Jesse
Billy
at
Madison.
School, it was very weird. And what was funny about it is that when I went there, everyone thought I was a teacher. And I was like, no, I'm not a teacher. Could you imagine being a teacher? I'm a kid like you. And they were all just like, no, you're a teacher. I'm like, no, I'm a kid like you. I'm sure there's some deep psychology there. I was like, ugh. I woke up and was like, oh no. Yeah.
That is a weird dream to have. I've had dreams where I go back to school, but usually I'm like, I never realize. I think I'm always like younger in the dream.
Sure.
But maybe there might be a few where I was like, I'm too old for that. I don't know. That was weird.
I was there in my mind to be a student on my first day, but everyone thought I was a teacher. And I was like, I'm not a teacher. Being a teacher would be stupid. Yet I was a teacher in real life. So I'm sure there's something going on there in my mind that's like, Jesse, you were never good enough to be a teacher. You're always just a baby. Like one of those things. I'm sure there's something a psychologist would be like, yikes, dude.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, we've never seen this dream
This
before.
guy's a mess. Yeah.
Lots of traffic.
Okay, let's go to sports.
That's actually the weather.
The weather. I just really want to go to sports, sometimes.
Yeah, you just really wanted to go to sports. By the way, somebody was asking with sports. I think we've had this before, but they're like, you always say this team's in first, this team's in first. Why are so many teams in first? It's because they're broken down into divisions.
Yes.
And many of those divisions make up a conference, and then the winner of each conference goes and plays in the championship. So there's actually like numerous ways you can be in first. So there's like the team that's first in the conference, the team that's first in their division, stuff like that. So that's why.
Yes. Anyway, we're talking the weather.
Yes. Well, you reference sports.
How did
so
you derail us like this, dude?
That's great question. Let's see. Today we've got Lazi, Romania. The little S with the comma under is pronounced like the sh in she. So Lashi, Romania. In the cultural hub of the country, it has one of the oldest universities in Romania as well. It was built in 1896. Alexandru Lone Cuza University, and it is a great university city. Oh wait, it's an I. It's Iași. It's not an L at all.
It is so very clearly an I. You thought they just had this thing that
like
started with a
YouTube?
lowercase L? Like, we love our town so much, it begins with a lowercase L.
It didn't look like that on YouTube. But I guess that would make sense that the proper name would be it. Oh, listen, okay, we're moving on.
I must stress, just really quickly, based on the initial photos I see, it looks kind of like the groundskeeping at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That was pretty wild.
I don't know what the deal with this town is, but it's whimsical. I'm here for this.
All right, the weather currently is 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 73%. Pressure 26.69 inches. Nice. Visibility 10 miles. 5:43 a.m. sunrise. 8:48 p.m. sunset. Winds 4 miles an hour. Dew point 66. UV index 0 with a waxing crescent moon. 10 day. It is looking like Monday 93, mostly sunny. But Tuesday we got 72, massive temperature drop with some scattered strong storms. Then we got 75 Wednesday. With some clouds. Thursday, 79, sunny. Friday, 81, mostly sunny. Saturday, 83, sunny. Sunday, 88, sunny. And Monday, 88, mostly sunny.
Yo, I'm in shock. I'm in shock right now. I don't know what I expected from Romanian food. But with that said, this city seems to be rocking. The first place I see is a burger restaurant called Vivo. And I was about to be like, Vivo? That's a stupid name for a burger restaurant. And then I looked at the burgers and was like, yo, I'd eat the hell out of that. And then next to that is a place called Salsa, which they're serving burritos. They're serving like actual Mexican looking food, which for Europe is shocking to me. And then
that is true.
Next to that is Fire Ribs, and that looks like some good ass ribs.
Oh yeah, I see fire ribs.
I was like, what the hell? And then they got like all sorts of places nearby where I'm just like, they got a pizza place where the pizza looks like pizza. I'm just in shock. They've an Oxford pub. They've like, yo, am I sleeping on this city?
Maybe you are.
Actually, you're killing it. Is that how you say that? This place, they got a place called Little Texas. Get the fuck out of here.
Little Texas.
Dude, Little Texas looks delicious.
I gotta find it. I clicked on McDonald's. There's an old Romanian man eating.
Oh my God, there's a restaurant called Veranda, which it is on a veranda, but the food looks so good. What is this? You know what? This has all the markings of a college town.
Oh yeah, I guess it does.
It has all the markings of like it has great food that appears to be pretty cheap. And yeah, this place rocks.
I think it's the most excited you've been for a location.
Honest to God, it got me. It got like everything I'm clicking on looks awesome. There isn't a loser in the bunch.
It all does look really good. Let's see, what's this? CC Residence Winery, Club 20 Bamboo.
I have to believe it's because it's a college town. Every college town has good food. Every single one. And it may not be
Umami.
high class. Like sometimes you just find like great burger places or whatever. But every college town has great food.
It all does look really good, and there's a lot of places.
Yeah, I'm looking for a stinker, and I can't find any. Everything just, I'm like, yo, that looks good. That looks good. And again, I'm clicking on the weird pizza places, thinking I'm gonna see one that has like a jank pizza. No, everything looks amazing. I'm in shock. Unexpected, Romania. Unexpected. I clearly don't know enough about Romania.
I feel like I don't either, but now I'm learning. Yo, they got Schnitzel House.
But this place rocks.
Yeah, this place is great.
Again, I must stress, the last time I thought about Romania, this is my favorite story. Shout out to all Romanians. When I was in Poland, I was in Warsaw. This would have been like, I don't know, 2013 maybe. And I'm walking around. It was after I went to a CD Projekt thing, and I was in a bar under a bridge in a dungeon, and it was great. And these two dudes from Romania showed up. They're like, we heard you were in the area. I'm like, this isn't Romania. They're like, yeah, no, we drove up here. And at one point, one of the guys went missing, and we were like, we got to find him. It is 4 a.m. in Warsaw. He's not from here. So we walked around the streets. I was like, guys, I have a flight in 3 hours. I have to go. Like, I have to go. And I was like, please let me know if you find him. And then I got a message on, I think like a DM on Twitter that was like, yeah, no, he was in the hotel sleeping. He showed up. And I was like, is he okay? He's like, yeah, no, he does that all the time though. I was like, y'all go hard. I was like, so what happened to him? What did he do? He's like, oh, no, he just went like for a walk. I'm like, at 4 a.m. in Warsaw? He's like, yeah, he does that.
That is that's pretty wild.
Yeah, so I learned there are levels of competition I can have when I go overseas and people are like, drink with us. I'm like, okay, as the American I have to stand up for my nation, sure. But there's some levels I cannot compete with. Romania, they were like, no, my friend. Do not drink as much as us. We will be fine. Like, okay.
And that's the weather.
Let's go actually to sports now.
Yes, sports. Currently, sports. NFL training camp starting up, getting ready for the preseason. Starts next week. Buckle up.
Buckle up.
We got in baseball, we got the Blue Jays in first, the Tigers in first, the Astros in first, the Mets in first, the Cubs and Brewers tied in first, and the Dodgers in first. We also got the MLB trade deadline this week. We're going to get a bunch of trades. Already got some. NBA, NHL still in their off seasons. And let's see, anything else crazy happening over here? I think women's soccer's been happening. Looks like England wins 3-1 on penalties and wins Euro 2025. Spain's curse continues. So there they are.
That's really funny that I think that's what's happening is a really good way to start that. I think this is what's going on, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but it seems like it. And that's sports.
Okay. What is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. The first stroller was supposed to be pulled by a goat.
I'm sorry, what?
That's right. William Kent, an English architect, invented the first stroller for the Duke of Devonshire in 1733.
It's like, my lord, I know you hateth having the maids push the baby around in the pram, so instead I've developed a goat-pulling cart for your child.
For the Duke of Devonshire, but upper-class parents were hardly expected to put effort into transporting their child around.
Well, of
so
course.
Kent designed his model to be pulled by a small animal like a goat, pony, or dog.
That's hilarious. That's so funny that they're like, you expect us to do work like care for our child? No, let the goat do it.
Yeah, that is. That's a classic royalty move.
Classic royalty.
Classic royalty move. That's your fact of the day.
Oh, okay. It's a good fact. I love that.
That's a good fact.
Who has come to us with tears in their eyes?
Dear illustrious sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes and an onion on my belt. What was a popular trend during your childhood that you wish would come back?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Oh, man. Either slap wristbands.
Oh, yeah.
Love a good slap
Remember
wristband. Or ridiculous. This is maybe like an age thing, and I'm not involved in this anymore. But like, remember when, I don't know, early 90s, and this maybe you don't remember when, but there was a time period where there was like a arms race for squirt guns. Where at first it was like little squirt guns.
Like the super soakers.
Yeah, there was super soakers. And then they had like the super soaker extreme and had like 8 nozzles. Yeah, there was like this. They kept making them bigger and bigger and bigger and crazier and crazier and crazier. I wish they would have kept going with that.
That would have been like artillery.
Yes!
Fire the water.
Like fire water balloons out of a cannon. That'd be amazing. Now, those things may exist, and I just missed out on them because I aged out of it. But that was very fun back in the day. You'd go to a water gun fight in the park, and there'd be teams, and then one kid would bring, like, the Super Soaker 8500 that hooks up to a hose, and you're like, oh, shit, we can't beat that guy. That was amazing. I love that.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I'm trying to, what are trends? Dude, I would love Crazy Bones came back. Remember Crazy Bones?
What is crazy? No, I don't remember that at all.
Maybe you were too old for that. I think it was like mid-late 90s.
What
There's
is
these
Crazy
little like
Bones?
plastic, like these little plastic thingies you could play games with. You'd collect them. There's a bunch of different ones, like little heads. They came in little packages.
I don't remember any of that. Yeah, that definitely seems like I was too old for that moment.
Yeah, because I would have been like probably like 9 or 10 at this point. So it's like perfect Crazy Bone age, I think.
Dude, 9 or 10, that's perfect Crazy Bone age.
Perfect Crazy Bone age.
Perfect Crazy Bones. Oh, that's
aside
funny.
from that, dude, I would love if the trend came back of we talked about it the other week with like all the cafes and like the old Starbucks Panera type of vibe, or like the old like just coffee shop in general with that like kind of cozy whimsical aesthetic instead of just everything being modern gray bland.
I will say, yeah, restaurants in general. Now they're all kind of boxes, and before they had like a vibe to it. When I say restaurants, my bad. I don't mean like good restaurants. I mean like the shitty ones on the side of the road that, you know, like a McDonald's. Now
Fast
they're all
food.
just brown. When they used to have, you know, red and yellow, and like Taco Bell used to look festive, and now Taco Bell's a white building.
Yeah, like Popeyes used to have like the Louisiana kitchen stuff. And it was a building that looked like it was in Louisiana, like the little balcony and everything. And now it's just like, here's a big white brick building. Okay. Or Wendy's had the sunroom. They had the plants and shit all over.
Yeah. They had the salad bar.
Yeah. And now it's just like big modern brick. It sucks.
It sucks. That does genuinely suck. There was definitely a lot of stuff that felt like it had more character. And then at some point, someone determined character was kitsch and stupid. So now even logos are like, like Games Workshop changed their logo.
Oh, wait, did they?
I think I just read that, where it went from the big yellow, like goofy lettering to now it just says Games Workshop.
Oh yeah, it just says Warhammer. It's just it just says Warhammer on the front now. It's just white letters from like Times New Roman font.
Yeah, but someone was like, that's cool. Sleeker is better. I'm like, is it? Is it?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, there's probably certain instances where it is better, but like I would say a lot of the times it does. It just loses the character, like you said. It's bland, it's boring, nothing memorable about it. Like when you think of Games Workshop and you see the big yellow red letters, you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But then it's just like Warhammer Times New Roman basic as like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I understand marketing and I get what they're trying to do, but there's something fun about the marketing being kind of goofy and old. I don't know. I don't know. That's just old man ranting.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I think it'll change eventually. It's like any trend or fad, or people got really into modern everything, and I feel like it'll shift back.
Oh,
after
100.
people are like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there we go. Then, let's see, we got, Dear illustrious sirs, with the shards of fallen angels in my eyes.
Go on, yes.
What is the one conspiracy, superstition, or otherwise weirdly controversial belief that your co-host would for sure disagree with?
For sure disagree with?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
This is tough. That you would for sure disagree with. Because I feel like no matter what, you're open enough to be like, yeah, it's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's tough. I don't know how to do this. We might have been stumped on this one.
Yeah. Like, if this was, like, Alex or Mathis, then I'd be like, all right, yeah, this is probably going to be crazy.
Yeah, for Alex, I would say the year 2013 was a good year. He's convinced it was the best year ever. I'm like, yeah, this is all right. And then for Mathis, that aliens aren't real.
Yes.
That's easy. That's super easy.
Yeah, those are easy. But, like, for us, it's definitely a lot harder. Because I'm not really superstitious. I don't think I have many insane beliefs in terms of, like, conspiracies or anything. And I don't think I really have any controversial beliefs.
This is tough. This is tough.
Yeah. Maybe
I feel like for me, the answer would have to be that I'm not the cause of my own problems.
That's true. I would partially disagree with you on that.
You know, I'd be like, nah. I don't know. That's tough.
I would say I'd pick my physical therapy rehab program that Jesse laughed at earlier.
Okay.
He doesn't agree with it.
I mean, it was... yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
So yeah, there we go.
Fine,
Listen, I got that rehab program from physical therapists online in 2025.
Right, sure. That checks out.
I did. In fact, it's if anyone wants some good online physical therapy stuff, look up I think it's Sports Physio. Yeah, Sports Injury Physio. Look up that channel. Really good. Pretty solid. I like it a lot. They even give you like stuff to follow along with. Plus, oh, that's the other thing. I changed my shoe inserts. Remember last week I was like my insoles or whatever?
You did mention that, yes.
So I went to an actual like shoe place, and they do like marathons and stuff, and the guy was like, all right, let me see your arch. And he was like, oh yeah, those are way too big. And then he's like, here you go, this is the low arch, like whatever. And then I tried it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a lot better. And so I've been using those for like 4 or 5 days, and they are definitely better. So turns out, don't try to figure stuff out on your own. That's what it boils down to.
Really? You know what? Maybe that's the thing I should have answered. Crendor's inability to just go to a professional and needing to figure stuff out on his own.
Well, sometimes you go to a professional, and they're just like, I don't know. You're like the doctor.
I don't know if that's a professional then.
They're a doctor.
I don't know.
I literally went to the doctor with my knee, and they're like, yeah, it's probably this. I'll be $50. All right.
Did he offer any solutions or just say this is what this is?
He said go to therapy because it helps. And they're like, if it doesn't get better in like 6 months, we can do MRI.
I have to believe that like most doctors at this point are just, oh, this guy just wants meds.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, like, what do you think he's gonna do? Be like, all right, I'll fix you up. Let me inject you with super drugs. And you're like, oh shit.
I mean, I would love that. Honestly, I would love if I went to a doctor instead of like, well, let's do a long drawn out process. They did. Look, I know it can happen this way. I live in LA. There are doctors for friends of mine who are of the celebrity variety who, when they go see them, they don't get told, all right, we'll watch it and monitor. They get told, here's a bunch of drugs, take these, they'll fix you. I know this is true because I've watched it happen. Like when people get colds, right? And they're like, well, I got to be on set tomorrow, so I can't. The doctor will be like, all right, here, take these 15 pills, and then we'll give you a shot of this. And they show up, and they're like, I'm doing great. That's what I want. I want that.
Yeah.
I guess you have to be a millionaire, but like, come on.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want to go to a doctor, and the doctor to be like, here, do this, take this, you'll be good. Rather than, all right, let's monitor and check back in 6 months. Now it's trash.
You want immediate solutions.
Yes. If you're a doctor, you should be able to Dr. House your way through that and be like, well, we have various options, and this is one of them. Let's go. It's like, okay, great. Thank you.
This is literally like the most American thing of just like, doctor, what do I do to get healthy? And they're like, well, you could, get an exercise program and start eating healthier. You're like, where's the super drugs? And they're like, all right, let me call up my pharmacy rich friends. They're just like, here's the super drugs.
Like, the weight loss thing, although I think it's hilarious that now anytime people lose weight, they're like, Ozempic is a hell of a drug. I'm like, all right, some people are not using Ozempic.
Yeah.
But like ignoring drugs for weight loss. The idea of a doctor being like, okay, do this, and this. I think that's much better than a doctor being like, well, let's monitor your weight and we won't change things up too much. I'd rather a doctor be like, okay, all right, Tubbs, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do these 4 things, and then we'll come back in 2 weeks, and we'll see how that works. And then we'll come back. Like, that kind of thing. I'd rather have that from a doctor than, well, let's slowly monitor, and we'll ramp you up. Like, no. Throw me in the deep end.
Throw him in the deep end. And that's the Dear Illustrious Sir.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Tallahassee police cuff and arrest Florida man dressed as Chuck E. Cheese while kids watch.
I saw the photo this week. It's really funny. It just looks like Chuck E. Cheese is being arrested.
A man dressed as Chuck E. Cheese was arrested Wednesday at the Kids Center on Scherer Road in Tallahassee. Jermel Jones was taken into custody on credit card theft and fraud charges, according to court documents. Since Jones' arrest, social media posts have circulated online commenting on kids being left traumatized after witnessing officers place handcuffs on the suspect, who was wearing the classic Chuck E. Cheese costume.
Oh, goodness.
The posts have consisted of photos, videos showing Jones being taken into custody while wearing the costume, with the mascot head lying atop a TPD squad car after police escorted him out of the restaurant. As of Friday afternoon, WCTV has not been able to obtain legal permission to share the now viral photos. Jones' arrest report reveal how incidents unfold at Chuck E. Cheese on Wednesday.
The fact they didn't ask him to take off the costume is hilarious. Like, they just were like, sir, we're going to have to take you out. How did they get him in the car? I have so many questions. Or did the cops say, we don't want to ruin the illusion for the kids by pulling the head off, so we're going to arrest Chuck E. Cheese? Which, admittedly, out of all of the mascots, Chuck E. Cheese is the one I would expect to get arrested.
Oh, yeah. Plus, there's probably some kids like, cool, he's getting arrested.
Chuck E. Cheese has never been so cool.
Jones' arrest report revealed how the incident unfolded. At about 7:30 p.m., an officer was dispatched to the Tallahassee location regarding stolen credit cards that had been fraudulently used. The victim told TPD officers outside Chuck E. Cheese that they'd hosted their child's birthday party at the establishment in June. Following the party, they noticed a little more than $100 worth of fraudulent charges on the card. The victim told investigators they obtained surveillance video at a store where one of the charges was made, and they immediately recognized Jones as a Chuck E. Cheese employee. Authorities confirmed Jones matched the description and spotted him at Chuck E. Cheese from the front entrance wearing regular clothes. According to the arresting officer, Jones looked very nervous. He gazed at me with wide eyes and squared shoulders in a tensed manner. He walked away and returned wearing the Chuck E. Cheese costume. As the officer...
Wait, so he did this on purpose?
I think he might have.
Or do you think he was like, if I put on the costume, they won't know it's me?
Maybe a little of both. He walked away and returned wearing the costume, and as the officer approached the mouse-clad Jones, he said, "Chucky, come with me, Chucky." TPD officer said Jones briefly resisted by bracing his arms toward his chest, but was eventually handcuffed and escorted out. Upon searching Jones, law enforcement found receipts linked to the fraudulent charges and a small amount of marijuana. Jones was booked into the Leon County Jail.
I love that story. But also I'm confused about how quickly they reacted to fraudulent charges. I've had some fraudulent charges and the cops were like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, that's happening a lot. Too bad.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad someone's doing some sort of police work, but
Yeah.
the fact that it's Chuck E. Cheese is hilarious.
It is funny.
That's so
You're
funny.
coming with me, Chucky. He's just like, no.
The kids are
I
like,
ain't going
no,
anywhere."
Chucky, no!
That's just,
Going to be going away
Just
for a
feels
long
like
time, kids.
just feels like a skit out of The Simpsons or something.
It really does.
And that's your big news story of the day.
Okay, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening and watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We've got socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. That's where all these podcasts go up. You can ask your weather requests. You can ask your dear illustrious sirs. And yes, also, check out youtube.com/Cox and Crendor. That's where all the animations are. Also, we're on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and more.
And more.
Also,
And more.
and more. We also got our main stuff, youtube.com/JesseCox, youtube.com/Crendor, Twitch TV JesseCox, Twitch TV Crendor, Twitter JesseCox, Twitter Crendor, Blue Sky JesseCox, Blue Sky Crendor, Facebook JesseCox, Facebook Crendor, TikTok JesseCox, TikTok Crendor, YouTube Cox Clips, YouTube Cren Clips, Patreon JesseCox, Patreon Crendor, and yes.
And yes. Okay, thanks so much. We'll see y'all next time. And as always,
Shake the rhino.
to be continued.